Right, you horrible lot. We're going to demonstrate today, just briefly, the difference that a stay alive capacitor makes to your average locomotive. Here we have a Hornby Tornado, which I have re-shufted to resemble a wartime black peppercorn class loco. I think it looks quite nice. As it is, you know, does its job nicely. This is how it runs. You'll notice that it does run pretty well for what it is, but it does sometimes struggle. You see there, lost power, struggling. It's not a bad one. I mean, these curves are very tight. It doesn't like the tight curves. It's not meant for this sort of stuff, but you get the point. See, completely dead. Stopped for no reason whatsoever. The track's pristine and clean. So let's see what a difference the stay alive makes. Obviously, a few things you're going to need, in my experience, for fitting a stay alive to a locomotive, be it DCC ready, like the Tornado, or not DCC ready, like the Hymek, which we have been working on recently. I'll be showing you how to do that later on, but this is just how to connect the stay alive up. I am using a fairly basic one from Lay's DCC. This whole thing cost me about 23 quid. Comes with a 8-pin connector on the end and the stay alive in there, so that's number one. Decent solder, decent flux, and a soldering iron. This whole setup cost me 8 quid from Aldi. From the mental middle aisle where they sell everything, well there you go. £8 for a 30-watt soldering iron, and it's more than enough for the job. Let's crack on. Usually your decoder will come like this. There are other more expensive ones available from other third-party manufacturers. They all look essentially like this. Some have unnecessarily complicated plugs on the end, in my opinion, but whatever. And that's your little 8-pin connector that just goes into the socket. And these two wires on the end here, the black and the blue, are the wires we're going to fit the DCC stay alive to. Stay alive is here. That's just a capacitor with a circuit thing inside it. Real simple. Strip the wires back, connect the blue to the blue and the black to the black. They do come pre-paired a little bit, but it's usually not enough. So we'll work on that. We're going to tin these wires first, solder them together, and go from there. Right. Okay, that's all installed. If you want to see how to solder, literally Google how to solder. There's 1,000 tutorials out there. You don't need another one from me. I've crudely taped the stay alive to the tender, just for the time being, because this decoder and thing is not meant for this loco. This is just purely for test purposes. So we'll let the stay alive charge up for about 20 seconds or so. So we'll just gently move our loco off now. As you can see, the performance much better. Much better. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you need stay alives. If you can have DCC, why not? Just like having a car without ABS, it's just better. What I will say is, you know, stay alives in DCC in general, they're not a magic fix-all. If your loco runs like crap on DC or without stay alive, it's probably going to run crap when it is the same. So here we are, guys. Let's get it in the Hymek. It's time for an update on the Hymek. we've done a bit more weathering to the chassis now. You can see there I've got a bit of running paint and what have you. This Hymek is obviously one that gets used every day out on the railway. It's a busy boy. Today's mission is we're going to fit a stair life to it. Now the decoder that's already inside the Hymek is a very basic one. It's a very basic decoder. I actually think it's a old Bachmann. It is, yeah, it's a really old Bachmann decoder. Easy command decoder back from, I think, the advent of DCC. So it's a really old one. It's got terrible voltage control and all that stuff. No scope for customization really. It's got basic speed control and that's it. So we're going to fit the newly wired up latest DCC unit, get it all tucked away inside there and see what a difference it makes. Right, that's all wired up. Orange to orange, grey to grey, red to red, black to black, or in this case black to brown, but there we go. Essentially we've got one feed going to each of the two pickups and one feed going to each side of the motor. Let's get this programmed in and let's see if it works. Right then, the stair life is fitted. I've not programmed any of the acceleration or deceleration in yet, so let's just see how she goes. Very nice. Bring it to a stop. Let's see if we can make it out of the station. That's a nice speed. I think if you all remember last time, the Hymek wouldn't run this slowly, would only run at full pelt. But now it's running pretty well. Happy with that. Let's try the other way. Again, with no acceleration or deceleration yet, so it just stops because it's not set. This track needs to be clean, by the way. It's very dirty in a minute. Awesome. But yeah, there we go. Awesome.